Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm starting working my way through the list of kind of brands and products you guys have recommended to me. And one of the brands that I'm starting off with was to do with when I did the editorial week and things like that. So it's the brand Rituel de Fille. I only picked up like 4 products because there weren't too many places in the UK where you could get them from. So I got mine off Cult Beauty. I do believe Naturalissimo or Love Lula also stock it as well, but I'll leave everything linked down below as always. So I only picked up 4 products, but I kind of had a look in the back of my mind. So it will be a slight editorial look, kind of colours I don't really tend to go for in today's look, but I think I'll show you the products I got and then I'll get into actually using them and stuff like that. So this is a natural based brand, but I've been following them on Instagram actually since it was recommended to me, and their looks they create on there are incredible. They're all very editorial, very fashion like, things that I like, kind of makeup looks I really like on there, and it's really cool and creative. So if you have Instagram, definitely go and follow them because they do some really cool posts and things like that. So I'm going to show you the products I got first and then I'll start applying them to my face. So I got one eye product, this is their Celestial Sphere Eye Soot, and I got mine in the shade Lyra. They only have 3 shades. There wasn't like a huge selection that I could find based in the UK, I have to say. So it's kind of like a creamy eye shadow, eye pigment. So it's a beautiful shimmery, kind of looks a bit like wet light, glass like eyeshadow. So it says this richly textured, brightly scintillating jelly creates natural magic in one boldly pigmented potion, formulated with beautiful minimalistic ingredients, wear on bare skin or as an extraordinary finish over any other colours. So it says capture the night sky in a constellation of shimmering starlight. So yes, it's a nice suit, so you can wear it alone or, like I said, pop it on top or something to create like an eye topper. It actually might look quite cool over a lipstick as well or something like that. But yeah, it just gives a very wet glass like finish. They did a few shades. I know they could have more darker shades, but on the website they had all kind of like lighter shades like this, like a pink one, and then one that had more of like a purple lavender undertone. But I went for this one for the purposes of a look I wanted to create. It's not like a very sticky product at all. It doesn't feel sticky. It almost feels like it's dried down, but not quite completely. So I think that actually will look quite cool on the eyes. It's like a wet eye effect. And I picked up 2 blushes. One I'm not intending to use as a blusher, and the other one I didn't necessarily want this shade, but the shade I wanted to go with the colours they didn't have. So I got 2 of the Inner Glow Cream Pigment blushes. These are cream blushes. Oh, well these say apply to the cheeks, lips and eyes with fingertips, sponge or your favourite blush, blend out for sheer wash of colour or build up to a great bold colour. Okay, so not actually, I thought they were specifically a blusher, and like I said I wasn't going to use one as a blusher, but actually you can use them on your eyes and lips, which is perfect what I wanted to do. So the colour I did want was Eclipse, which is, I have to say I really like the packaging. It's very simple, quite classy and stuff like that. So it's very, I have swatched a few of these. It's a really dark, it kind of looks black on camera. It has more of a purple undertone to it. So yes, it's creamy product, but I like it because it's not too creamy where it feels like it's going to slip and slide everywhere. So yeah, because you can do a wash or you can really build it up. So this is the colour I plan to pop on my eyes as like a base. And potentially for the lips, it would be quite cool to that smudged lip effect, editorial wise. So yeah, that is the colour I wanted in particular, just a really dark colour. I think it really cool. And the other one, I really like the colour, and I was going to get it anyway, but it wasn't the colour I wanted to go with the look. So this is the shade Delirium. So this is one I'm going to use on the cheeks. So it's this beautiful kind of reddy orange colour. Now the colour I wanted was more of a kind of earthy orangey tone, and when you see the colour of the lips it kind of makes sense as to why I wanted that shade, but they didn't have it in stock unfortunately, so I went for this shade which I think will still work. It's just I wanted more of an earthier, cool toned colour. So this is the shade Delirium. So yeah, a really beautiful kind of pop of orangey red, which I think looks really pretty. And actually it'd be great for lips for summer, because like I said before, like I love orange lips for summer, but for some reason I've got rid of all mine, so that'd be quite a cool one to use. And yeah, so it's really creamy, but actually once it's on, it doesn't feel sticky. I don't think, it probably still transfers slightly, but it doesn't feel really creamy where it feels uncomfortable on the skin and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. And finally is the lips. Now I got, this is one of their Forbidden lipsticks. This was on offer on Cult Beauty, and I got this in Chrysalis. Probably pronouncing that very wrong. So it's an intensely saturated, rich and luxuriant lipstick, carefully crafted to create daring colour and impart enduring moisture. So they had 3 interesting colours. One that was a grey, but I think that just washed me out anyway. Well, this potentially might wash me out. And then one of those kind of weird pinky purple colours that I just really don't like. But yeah, I went for this one, which is actually a green. And I just thought, for the look I had in mind, it might look quite cool. It may not, but I think it might look quite cool. And that's kind of why I wanted that earthy orangey colour, because I just think it would work better with this shade of green as opposed to this. But I think it should hopefully still look cool anyway. Those are all the things I picked up. Like I said, I only picked up a few because it is not necessarily the cheapest of brands. And like I said, Cult Beauty had a few offers on some stuff and things like that, so which is why I went ahead and picked stuff up. So that's just something to bear in mind. Like I said, I'll link everything down below. Any UK sites I'll find. But I think you can order from the actual Rituel to Fille website as well. So I'll leave everything linked down below. But let's get cracking. So I've already got base on. I use my Hint Beauty concealer as foundation and concealer, and then I just put something through the brows as well, but that's all I've got on at the moment. So I'm going to start with the eyes first. So I'm not going to use primer, as I'm going to go in with the pigment first. I find when you go in like a cream pigment, you don't necessarily need to have the primer, because this is kind of act as my sticky base, or my base for the rest of the stuff anyway. So I'm taking the cream pigment in Eclipse first. And I really like how it's got a mirror in these as well. So I'm going to take it on my finger to begin with. And I'm going to start popping this onto the lid. I might switch up for a brush just to blend out the edges. But for now, I'm just going to build up on the eyes. Actually, I'm just going to use my finger just to kind of manipulate it entirely with the blending as well. I just think it might work a bit better. So I'm just going to keep building this up. So I'm going to use my ring finger just to build up the colour, and then just use my index just to blend out. I think if you did want to use a brush to blend it out, I was trying to use a little pencil brush, which was a stupid idea anyway, but I think you do need quite a dense brush, and probably a synthetic fibred brush as well, I just think they work better with cream products. Yeah, so something like this is actually my concealer brush that I tend to use. Something quite dense actually works quite well. We're just blending out the edges. Okay, now that I've got that down, I'm going to go in with the Eye Soot in Lyra. Again, you can use your fingertips or a brush. I feel like at some point you might need a brush, because the further down you get with this product, it might be harder to get a finger in there. I'm going to pack this on top. So it definitely gives it that more of that wet eye look. So yeah, so it definitely hasn't given the full impact of the kind of shimmer with the soot. I think it's because it's mixing in with the cream pigment, but it's giving me that nice kind of wet eye look with that shine, kind of sheen going through it, the colour. So I might even use it as like a highlight, that soot, just to think it look really cool. I'm actually picking some of that up on the brush, and I'm just going to go right on the inner corners. I'm just going to drag it along here a little bit. So you can see it does have a good pigmentation like it did at the back of my hand. I think, like I said, it's just mixed in with that cream pigment on my eyes, so it doesn't come off quite as intense as it does there, but I like how this is looking so far. Right, I'm just going to go in with a layer of mascara. I'm going to take my Lily Lily Big Lash just on my upper lashes, but I'm not going to heavily coat them or anything like that, just a light layer of mascara. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to use the Delirium colour for my cheeks. This beautiful one here. So I've only set under my eyes and my T-zone. I've left the cheek bit there just because I knew I was going to go in with this. Although I've never found I've had a problem when I've put cream products on top of powder before. As long as you're careful, I think it works absolutely fine. Am I going to use this brush? No. I'm going to use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush for this. Go in. I mean, you probably could actually obviously use your fingers. Ooh, it's quite pigmented. This is the brush I actually use to apply the Hint Beauty concealer all over the face, which is why I want to use it for this, because it will help with the blending process into the face. That's a beautiful colour. I still wish I had the orangey shade, but this is beautiful. And she's blending really nicely into the skin. And like I said, that's why I'm kind of also purposely using the same brush I used for my foundation. It just makes, especially with cream products, it just makes it blend just that much better into the skin, I think. I'm going to keep building this up, especially right here. This is really pretty. You know what, I might just take a small amount and start bringing it around here as well. What I also like, because like I said before, these feel creamy to the touch and they do dry down. So if you're someone who's like not a fan of cream products, especially on the face, I think you'll like these because they look a lot more natural on the skin than a powder product would, but they're not overly creamy where they look really shiny. It gives a slight dew, but you know how some cream blushes or products can be really kind of dewy and glowy, and not everyone enjoys that. So this I think has like a nice balance of glow to it. So if you're someone who's not necessarily a fan of cream products, you might want to try these, because I think these are really, really nice. I'm definitely going to go and try and get the orange shade when it comes out. I really like how this looks on the face actually. So there's a slight tackiness to the touch, but it doesn't feel like really intensely tacky or creamy, which is why I think, like I said, if people don't like to go for cream products, or not intimidated but slightly worried about using cream products, I think this is really nice. And like I said, it's perfect. You can use it on your eyes and lips. Now I have got that lipstick, but I just want to see what it's like on the lips, so I'm going to go with this one. I'm just going to use my finger and just go over the lips. Now I'm just using my finger, but you could go with like a lip stick brush if you wanted to. Well, it actually works really nicely on lips. Like I said, I think you get more probably will pay off, and if you want more precision around the lip line, go with like a lip brush. But I really like how this looks, this colour, and I actually quite like it with this look as well. So this is like, maybe I'll give you two options for lips with this look. So this is obviously lip option number one. It kind of tones down the eyes a little bit, so if you don't want like the glossy eyes and the kind of unique coloured lip, then this is quite actually a good alternative, and it ties in with the blusher colour as well. Really nice. One thing I would say, because the eye soot is also a cream and obviously the cream pigment's a cream, on the eyes it does start that creasing thing that glossy eyes tends to do. But it just, you can just pat it away and it's absolutely fine. So it'll be interesting to see what the eye soot's like on top of a powder eyeshadow. So obviously I've done cream on cream with my eyes. So I would be intrigued to see how it looks, but obviously this is kind of more of an editorial look that I'm going for. It's not a heavy editorial look, but I think it's quite fun to play with products. So like I said, I do want to actually try some eye soot on my cheeks as like a highlighter of sorts. Again, it gives that kind of glass skin, kind of really wet effect on the cheeks as well, which I think actually looks really good. I really like how actually that looks on the cheek as well. So it's quite nice. So a lot of these are multi-use products, which I think actually is quite cool, especially like I said, it's not really expensive, but it's not the most inexpensive brand either. So actually it's really good that there's kind of, you can use things in multiple ways. Okay, moving on to, like I said, I do want to do the green lip on my lips, so if you're not a fan of that, then this is the look complete with the kind of orangey reddish lip. Still very, very cool, but I do want to try out that green lip and see what it's like. Okay, so this is the shade Chrysalis. Yeah, they do another formula of lipstick, I think it's more sheer and kind of more, I guess, your everyday shades, but I just really wanted to go a bit different and just see what it's like, because I've never had a shade like this before, I've never used a shade like this before, so I'm intrigued. Okay, so I don't have a lip liner this colour. I think it's kind of one of those colours you would want a lip liner just to be a bit more precise around the lips. So now this isn't going to be a colour for everyone, I know. And I'm surprised it hasn't washed me. I knew the grey would have washed me out, and definitely that weird pinky purple. I did think maybe this one washed me out, but I don't think it actually does. And I think it pairs quite nicely with that blusher colour as well in the end. It's really, I have to say, it's a very pigmented lip. Went on beautifully. It's kind of got it's definitely more of a matte, on the matte side of lipsticks, but it's not drying on the lips. There is movability there for sure. Actually, it is quite a cool colour. Obviously, I don't think I'd wear it like out day to day. For the purposes of like editorial fashion looks, special effects looks, stuff like that, some more like kind of creative fun looks, this actually is quite cool, and it's actually a really nice colour. It's got like a little bit of a satin finish actually to it, because there's like an interesting shift to it. I think it doesn't make my teeth look too yellow, because colours like this sometimes can make as well your teeth look a bit yellow if yeah, but I actually think this looks quite cool. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily wear it out, but I do think this looks actually quite of a cool look. I don't know why I keep doing this. I am going to pop some ice on top of it just because to tighten the rest of the look a little bit more. So that is this look complete, and also me kind of having a play with these new products. Like I said, I really actually like all of these products. I think there's a lot of them you use in more than one way, kind of all over the face, on the eyes, the lips. I think this is a really cool brand and interesting colours and stuff like that. And this isn't necessarily, well, especially as lip, I wouldn't necessarily pick this lip. I think it looks really cool. I think the these two together create that really cool wet finish, but it does sort of, this kind of shears at this and this sort of shears at this when they mix together, so it creates that more of a wash of glossiness across the lids of this like dark purple. But I still think it looks really cool. It's just something I have to play around with. Maybe next time I'll just do this on its own. Try this with a powder eyeshadow underneath, see what happens there. But yeah, I really love how the cream pigment looks on the cheeks. And particularly that colour, that colour's going to be perfect. Delirium. It's going to be perfect for the summer, I think. Just on an everyday basis. Like I said, on the lipstick, it looks really pretty as well. And yeah, and like I said, this is really pretty. You can see the actual pigmentation on the inner corners. It's just where it's mixed with the cream pigment. I just think it kind of they both shear each other out ever so slightly. Like I said, it gives this cool wash across the lid. I love how this looks on the cheeks. It kind of gives that glass, wet skin finish, and there's not like tons of shimmer in it either, because I don't particularly like that for highlighters. So that's perfect as well for me. It looks quite cool over the top of lipstick, and I actually really quite like this lipstick shade. I'm glad I went for this colour and not the other two, for sure. Is this video complete? Please keep your recommendations coming, because like I said, I'm working my way through different brand recommendations and product recommendations that you guys have suggested, because clearly you've got very good taste with, especially with this brand that I've just tried out. I love how it's turned out. So yeah, and any requests for future looks also leave down below. So I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.